colleagues. I will title this, this video should be interesting and challenging, part 2. I want to have a brief discussion concerning what I rate, due to circumstances, where it's perhaps the second most critical discipline from yours truly's point of view. Telling it like it is. If one looks at the planet Earth from outer space, appears, in my opinion, to be animalistic and nationalistic. Prevalent is U.S. global domination, the English language, and the use of an under-the-gun mouthpiece. The real power clique being the U.S. military-industrial combine. It defies what the majority of the world's people really want. It does this by lies, printing money, and military conquest. Any person in the U.S., from unknown abductions of children to a president to be, and you can sure read between the lines and know who they are, of course, to a reverend, etc., can and have been murdered, experimented to death, or ruined per the whim of the King George, Queen Hoover hypocrisy. Right now, the U.S. is in a state of war with the People's Republic of North Korea. A state of war exists by the U.S. They won't sign a peace treaty for the Korean Peninsula. And also, the U.S. was or is at war and or occupying other countries. The American people are at not another war, but appears like Iraq, Zionist Israel will get or steer the U.S. into a war with Syria. They've done it before. They brag they have on the board of who decides, say, to go to war, like in one of their neighbor countries. They send missiles, and strife, and missile, and try to get them to attack. And they say, well, look, see, we're at war. And then they have the right to use what the U.S. mainly has supplied them to defeat 50 years ago type of neighbors as far as military they have. And then they have the right to keep that land because the other country started it. Now, will you please note about the U.S. and its history as far as war? Well, starting, this is not what I write, this is from the official record. In 1846 to 1848, the U.S. was at war with Mexico. 1861 to 1865, they had civil war. 1898, the U.S. war with Spain. 1914 to 1918, it was World War I. Now, there are other conflicts in between. No, it's all the time. These are like major wars. This is what was printed as official history. And from 1939 to 1945 was World War II. 1950 to 1953 is Korean War. That I read officially that the Koreans want to sign a peace treaty. The U.S. refuses unless they have preconditions like, well, understand this: Israel will never allow a Palestinian state. That's their number one goal. They want to own all that. It's just Israel, according to what they wrote. See, every country writes about their history, their chosen, and it's their land and all that. But when they got there, wasn't there the indigenous Arabs who still live there? Isn't that the absolute truth? So there's still the U.S. won't sign a peace treaty, a state of war in the Korean Peninsula. And from 1960 to 1975, that's 15 years, the Vietnam War. 1961, there was the Bay of Pigs invasion. 1983 was Grenada. 1989, invasion of Panama. 1990-1996 was Bosnia. 2001, invasion of and war in Afghanistan. To even this year, but there's still troops. Our troops are still. Some of our troops are still there. 2003, invasion and war in Iraq. To this year, 2013, we definitely have troops there. Built big area for us. They got air bases in various countries. 1910, the president. 1910 to present. The drones bombing of Pakistan. Like most people, it irritates. I kind of mispronounce it. This idea that somebody sends a drone, and they look and they say, "Yeah, that's the target," and they kill whatever the target hits. It could be a target they're trying to hit, but then again, we are sending a drone from Afghanistan, which is not our country, into Pakistan, which is not at war with us. Isn't that a true fact? The bomb them with this drone, and now they have showed proof of civilians being killed and maimed and so forth. They say in every one of these drones there's a minimum of 1/3 are innocent, have nothing to do with it, up to 100% miscalculation, and they just kill whatever they hit the drone with. Now, what's amazing is some of our legislators and the Zionists are so shrewd, and they have money to put on the entire station, channel, interviewers and so forth, where they push Christian and Jews bust up, bad Arabs, Christian and Jews. Well, the Arabs accept Christ as a prophet. The Jews do not accept Christ at all. The Arabs accept the Blessed Virgin Mother as his mother and a virgin. They accept that as true history, fact, and religion. The Jews won't accept that. Yet, there's preachers stand up and say, we have to support it's Christian and Jews versus the Arabs on the pulpit and what they say maybe in interviews. Now we have those who are supposed to represent what the people want, the people, I think, are saying, oh, not another war. But they get up there, and especially led by the senator, says we get a law saying that, right or wrong, if Israel is at war with any country, then the U.S. is at war with that country also. Let me repeat that. We have legislators standing up in Congress saying we should get this law that, right or wrong, if Israel is at war with a country, the U.S. is at war with that country. And that's the way it is.